So the reason we look at RAR is that we want to get close to our biggest customers. Our biggest customers that spend most money on GitLab, like, are the most enthusiastic about us. But it also tends to be organizations where it's harder for individual contributors to kind of commit to an open source project. There tends to be a little bit more paperwork and things like that. So if we just push for like increasing the number of contributors, we tend to overlook them. But it's the most important group for us. Like, these are the people really invested in GitLab. So we want them to have a ton of return. And GitLab makes a lot of things better. But one thing that might get harder as you move from DIY DevOps to a DevOps platform is that you have a little bit less control. Before, you were making all the digital duct tape. You had 50 people working on it. You could do things sometimes in very quickly. So we'd love for most of those 50 people to move on, don't do something that differentiates the customer business. But it would be great if a few of them stay behind and contribute to GitLab, because it makes GitLab better for everyone. It makes sure that if that customer has a strategic need, they can quickly help themselves. But it also tends to be that those contributors serve as a knowledge center within the company, kind of an easy to access knowledge base of like, hey, can I do this with GitLab? Can I do that? So it's the customer wins, the GitLab community wins, and it makes them feel like owners. And we're competing with DIY DevOps, so they made everything. That had a big sense of ownership. We want to have some of that sense. And that's why we're measuring this and we're driving this. And I think there's a huge task for us to kind of educate our sales force and empower them with materials that shows the benefit of having a few contributors on their side as well, and really make this a project of thousands of organizations.